So if you get a wife who's willing to deal with all your flaws, because you gotta think about it, everybody else only see the strengths. When y'all see me, y'all only gonna see the strengths.
Yes.
Y'all don't see my weaknesses, my insecurities.
Yeah.
She knows all of
that. That's
and
right.
she still stays.
Yeah.
And deal with it.
Yeah.
And say, hey, that's my husband. I'm still gonna honor and take care of him. So when you find somebody who know all your flaws, all your weaknesses, where you fall short at, and they still willing to stand beside you, and you not even gonna have the decency to honor that,
Correct.
then you definitely gonna honor me.
Right.
I ain't got a chance in the world. You'll
Right.
cut through. You'll slice me up in a minute.
All right, Bootstrappers, we're back for the second part of my conversation with my good friend, Mr. Rod Gardner.
Yes.
Listen, Rod, I know in the first part we talked about obviously your journey growing up in Jacksonville, going through the NFL, retiring out of the NFL, in 2001, right?
2000. No, I was drafted in 01. I retired in 08.
In 08, okay. So now let's talk about where you are today, because I know you're doing a lot of great things, man. You got your health and fitness business.
100%.
You involved in real estate deals. Tell us a little bit, just kind of give us a quick overview of what do you got going on right now?
Right now, I own a nutraceutical company called GSupplements. So I started that 2 years ago and have grown that significantly, and we're doing really good in the e-commerce space. So I do own a supplement company from all natural herbal supplements, from pre-workouts, creatines, the whole 9 yards. So I started that about 2 years ago, and then I pivoted because even though those products can help you in the wellness and fitness space, also understand the health space in which the need, especially amongst us people, black people, how much we're suffering with chronic illnesses, the lack of knowledge, knowing what resources out there and products you can take to help you to either cope or even get you out of the situation you're in with the health issues you're dealing with.
Yes.
So I end up starting Dynamic 3 Health, which is more of a wellness clinic, but we do functional medicine. So you go to your primary care physician, they only focus on if you're sick, chronic disease,
Correct.
high blood pressure, pre-existing illnesses, but they never care about how do you feel.
Yes.
The underlying reason on why you're in the position you are. Why do you have diabetes? What things are you dealing with? They don't address that. Your testosterone levels, your hormones, they don't address any of that, which plays a significant role in your overall health as we get older. So I started Dynamic 3, which is a hormone therapy clinic as well as an overall wellness and weight loss clinic as well. So we launched that about 6 months ago, which is doing amazing too. And we're growing, especially online, social media wise. So I've always wanted to be in the wellness and healthcare space. So right now I'm killing it, and we're actually building on it. The awareness is getting out there. A lot of guys who didn't know, like we probably launched realistically the last 4 months where we made it public to everybody, but we probably up to almost 500, close to 1,000 patients overall.
Oh, wow.
When it's just talking about just hormone therapy.
Yes.
Like a lot of guys, we out here struggling. Once you reach 30, understand your testosterone levels drop tremendously once you're 35 to 40, and it controls everything from our blood pressure to our overall weight loss, to our metabolism, how we feel, everything that makes us a man. That's what drives us, our drive to just get out here and be great, whatever focus you got. So when that depletes, you understand why guys get into this depression, why they gain this weight, why they don't have the same passion they used to have, and guys don't understand why. But sometimes it's not just that you choose to be this way. Sometimes your hormones and your health play a big role in that. So I want to make guys aware. So we started Dynamic 3 Health, and we're full throttle. So we are telemedicine, meaning we service all 50 states, all through Zoom, telemed, and we also got a location in Ponte Vedra, Florida.
So why do you think that traditional medicine or like your traditional doctors, why do you think that they don't focus on that functional part? Because I think that's a critical point that you made about being functional. Right?
100%.
Yeah.
Because when it come down to who drives everything, which is Big Pharma. So in the day, they want to prescribe you medication to cope.
Yeah.
So if they can keep you taking a product or taking a medicine or a medication for the next 30 years, not tell you, hey, if you just change your nutrition and diet, you won't even have to take this medication. They rather just prescribe you something just to help you cope with it and live as long as you can with that. That's what they do. So all doctors care about is that. You got high blood pressure, take this medication. But let's not talk about the underlying problem, why you got high blood pressure. Are you intaking too much sodium in your diet? Are you getting plenty of sleep? Like, they're not going to ask those questions. They just want to prescribe you something to help you deal with that. So I'm coming in on the flip side and say, hey man, functionally, how do we be in our 30s and 40s, look better than we did in our 20s?
Correct.
And be able to have a great quality of life to where our kids generation can benefit from this. Because in the day, you got to think about it. Most of it is generational. Whatever mom and daddy was eating, we was eating.
Yes.
And we deal with the same things. My dad had high blood pressure, you got high blood pressure. Your dad had diabetes, you have diabetes. So you don't want to get in a time in your life to where your wife or your husband becomes your caretaker.
Yeah.
We want to enjoy life
Absolutely.
to the fullest as long as we can.
Yeah.
And me being 46 and I feel better than I did when I was playing in the NFL, I know what it takes to do it.
Wow.
And that's
so you feel better now at 46 than you do.
I look better now than I did.
Wow,
so if you do follow me online, you see it. I look better than I did when I was in my 20s, but it's just the information and creating the disciplines to be able to do this. So I feel like I want to give the knowledge to the masses because us brothers need it. We can't just say we want to chase the bag, but then we're not around to enjoy the fruits of it.
Right. So what was the transition for you? Because you think now you was playing football.
Yeah.
I mean, you was in your 20s playing football at the height of your physiqueness, right?
Yeah.
But you now, like you say, you look better, you feel better. Now, what did you change?
Man, when it came down to it, probably the deciding factor, I always stayed in the gym working out. But what was crazy is, and it's crazy how it works, one day I was online, social media, and I was looking at a few guys on there who was in the fitness world, bodybuilding world, and they had these amazing physiques. And I felt like I had a couple abs. I'm an NFL guy, I still got a nice physique. So I was showing my wife, and she was like, baby, you all right, but you don't look like them guys. Like, you ain't got no back muscles. Your back is soft. I said, who back soft? So me with the competitive mindset that I am, that you're not going to just tell me what I'm not.
Right.
That's one thing you can do that's my driving force. Tell me what I can't do. I'm going to show you what I can do.
Right.
So when she told me that, I took it amongst myself to go out there and do all the research. I started following. I was buying more programs and information when to understand nutrition, diet, how do you build these physique, how do you stay lean. And once I got the knowledge when it comes down to my nutrition and working out, I implemented it. And I just went on that journey for myself.
Yes.
At that time, I wasn't even thinking about creating a business. But because of the journey I was on and people seeing it online, so many people reached out to me for the knowledge. Rod, how? Yeah. How do you do it? What do you take? What do you do? So at that point in time, in my mind, I'm like, this is a great avenue, and it's purposeful. This is what I love. I enjoy this. I enjoy helping people. I enjoy giving out the information. I enjoy my life when it comes down to how I take care of my health. So let me create a business around this. And that's when I got into the nutraceutical space, because I didn't want to be a trainer. I was not going to own a gym. To me, that was still bottom tier.
Yeah.
When you get to the nutraceutical and pharmaceutical game is where you see the difference in the
So what does
value.
nutraceutical mean?
It's just natural supplements.
Natural supplements.
Yes,
Okay,
natural
right.
supplements.
Yeah.
So they're not regulated. You don't have to have a prescription to get them. So it's mainly herbs or some compounds that's naturally from an herb, from a plant, from the ground. But when you get into, or a vitamin, but when you get into the pharmaceutical game, then that's when it's actually compounded in a pharmacy.
Yeah.
So I started in the nutraceutical game, which I'm still in, and I was, as well went into the pharmaceutical side, because the hormone therapy and stuff that I do take, I just wanted to make sure I had a trusted source. So even in the nutraceutical, I was taking products, but I don't know really what they're using.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if they're cutting corners. I don't know if they just trying to, they ROI, they return on investment. They just worried about their overall bottom line. So I'm not going to put anything in my body that I don't trust.
Yeah.
So I was, when I say pretty good, when I say it's always this way with me, is your relationships.
Yeah.
I built relationships to where I made one phone call to a friend of mine, told him what I wanted to do, which is so hard to get in. If you don't come in with millions of dollars in this space, it's no way manufacturers were even thinking about touching you. So I reached out to one of my friends and told him what I wanted to do in this nutraceutical. I wanted to start my own supplement company. He referred me to a big manufacturer. He told them who I was. They went and looked me up. We had one meeting. And at that point in time, they were like, Rod, we'll support you however you need. So we will help you get this business started. So I started out with one supplement, which was a fat burner I came out with.
I remember, yeah.
And then after that, I went from one supplement to I ended up with 18 SKUs. You know, so I grew the business over the last 2 years, which is amazing. And now I'm even taking it a step further where we're finna go into global distribution in the stores, overseas. So that's the next plan for this next quarter.
So what do the brothers need to take to get a physique like yours?
For one, you need to follow me. You need to join G-Shred 100%. You need a supplement, but 100%, man, is more on the discipline.
Yeah.
So it's a discipline in your nutrition. I tell anybody, I go to the gym to work on my physique to build muscle, but when it comes down to what you see, it's all in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because it's what you eat. And if you think about it, and I heard this online, I think Myron Golden said it. He was like, you got to think about it. The devil's number one thing he used to deceive man was food. That was the first thing he used. Was food.
With the apple.
Was
right?
the apple.
That's right.
So when you're thinking about the destruction of man, it always started with food. Most of us lose our life because of our daily habits and what we do when it comes down to food. Because over 93% of all chronic illness is lifestyle. So if you say 93% of any illnesses you're dealing with is your lifestyle and what you put in your body, how can you take control of that? And how can you not become slave to the food? And the food is what most people slave of. Like for me, I've been on a journey for 8 years. In 8 years, I weigh my food every day. I eat the same food for the last 8 years. I might switch up my diet when it comes down to portion size.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's the same food. I don't switch. When I go out to eat, my wife knows. When we ask the waiter, don't cook my food with no butter, don't cook my food with no oils. Only thing you can use is olive oil, if not just steam it all. It's certain ways I'm gonna eat. I don't eat fried food. I haven't drank a juice or soda in over 8 years. All I drink is water, maybe a coffee. That's it. But
do you drink alcohol?
No alcohol.
No alcohol.
Zero alcohol.
Wow.
No alcohol. Alcohol was one of the number one problems. So you gotta think about liver, kidney disease.
Yeah.
That ethanol that's in alcohol is the one factor when it comes down to your liver metabolizing that alcohol is destroying you. Because your body goes into your DNA, your cellular rejuvenation, all that shuts down. Your body basically shuts down during the time frame that your body's processing the alcohol, because it's to your body, you just fed it poison. It needs to do whatever it can to survive. So your body shuts down all other functions just to process and get that alcohol out of your system. So while you drink alcohol feeling fuzzy in the head, it's because of the effects of alcohol. But at the same time, your body's in stress mode because it's trying to get that out of your body because it's so detrimental to your health, to where people don't know that. We look at alcohol like, oh, I'm just feeling good, whatever. No. Your body's, during that time frame, your body's in total shutdown mode, and all it's doing is focusing on that. You're not getting no benefit. Metabolism ain't studying you. Your cell rejuvenation, any function, fighting disease, all that shuts down. And during that time frame, your body's just trying to get that ethanol out of your system.
Wow.
So that when I knew that, it's like, if you do drink, man, just have one.
Right, yeah.
But if you out here drinking 3, 4, 5 beverages, man, you are doing yourself a disservice. And when you see so many people die from liver and kidney disease and they having these blood transfusions all the time, it's over time, because it's not going to happen overnight.
So do you think there's a difference between wine and beer or liquor? I mean, some people try to say that
wine is from the fruit. They whatever they do to the process of wine. So wine fermented. So wine is a little different from alcohol.
Yeah.
So when they say red wine can benefit your heart, which I've heard, but I mean, one glass of wine ain't gonna hurt you. And anything in moderation. I'm not telling you to stop drinking. You don't have to be me.
Right, understood.
But just understand what it do.
What it does.
So if you know what it do to your body, then you might be more conscious of how often you do it and how much you put in your body.
Correct.
Because even though I want to enjoy the fruits of it, understand it's a consequence for it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to always understand that. And me, I'm big on family.
Yeah.
God first, family next, but I got to be here for my kids.
Yeah.
So in order for me to sit in that rocking chair and look out to 3, 4 generations, I got to do everything while I'm here to not be the reason why I'm not here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like God gonna call me home when it's time.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna speed up
you're
the
not gonna
process.
speed it up.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna speed it up because society and culture has caused us to take away to not focus on the outcome, but just focus on what's happening right now.
Yeah.
How I feel right now, is this making me happy? I just want to enjoy life. You know, that's what everybody says, I just want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
But you don't understand what your 20 years later self gonna say to you, man, I wish you wouldn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, right.
Because now I'm out here struggling, laying in this bed, and I can't get out of bed, and you know, I'm dealing with all these issues. You wish you can go back and tell your younger self, hey man, please just slow down a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's the case. So that's why I started these companies, because to me, it's a passion for me. I feel like that's the purpose God has driven me to make sure I not only be a man of God, but of good character, raising my kids and family, being, you know, honor my wife, but also teach people how to live life properly in a way that you can actually have a good quality of life.
Yeah.
Like I want to be 46 or 50 with my wife looking amazing.
Yeah.
Like we want to enjoy life that way.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
You know, so that's what I do. So I offer all kind of services. So a lot of my, when it comes down to the function method, these are just tools and things that we use to help us on the journey, but it's not the answer. So don't think because somebody say, hey, Rod, I want to take testosterone, am I going to get shredded like you? Yeah, take testosterone, plus change your diet, plus get plenty of sleep, plus exercise. Yeah, all of it.
So there's
plays
a lot
role.
of things involved.
Yeah,
It's
now you can be that young Thundercat you want to be again. Now you feeling like you was in your 20s that your wife can't get enough of you.
Right.
That's what you want.
Now, is it a myth? So I've often heard people say that for men to take the T shots, some people are fearful that. I often heard people say that, oh man, that there's a possibility that you can get cancer from that. Is that true?
That's not true.
Yeah.
You cannot get cancer from testosterone. Understand, testosterone is a hormone. Like estrogen is a hormone. Both of them are anabolic hormones. That means growth hormones.
Yes.
Anabolic steroid is just a mimic of that hormone, compound-wise, that you make synthetically. So it's the same thing that mimics the exact same thing that your natural hormones do. So it just increases it. So if you're somebody who's dealing with prostate cancer, breast cancer, as you increase your estrogen or your testosterone levels, if you have cancerous cells, 100% it can aid in the growth. But it's something you have to have a precondition. It's nothing that can cause it. Because testosterone lowers body fat, increases your metabolism. So it fights off everything. So if that's the case when we was young kids, if our testosterone is at its highest, we'll be suffering all from cancer and everything else. So why would it be the deciding factor how you catch cancer? No, but if you do got prostate cancer, that's why you get your blood work. If you do got preconditions, then when you increase that hormone, increase all your hormones. So you got to be careful and make sure you don't qualify to take this. But there's other things you can do outside of that.
So that's the reason why if you're taking the T shots, you want to be constantly getting blood work.
You want to get your blood work.
Yeah.
So in order for you to get prescribed, you have to get blood work. But the problem is, a lot of us go through the easy route, and homeboy in the gym say they can get you testosterone, but they don't tell you to go get your blood work so you can see where your level's at first and see if you got any preconditions that cause you not to take testosterone. So that's why we make sure we do holistic approach, meaning we come in, get your blood work done, you meet with our physicians, they talk to you over your blood work. So if any other issues going on, we can get that under control, as well as prescribe you what's necessary to help you have a quality of life.
Now, what will we know low T probably makes men feel depressed and all that type of stuff, right?
Yes.
So obviously, if I raise my testosterone, because I know you were telling me at one point that your T levels were high.
My T levels probably stay 900 to 1,000.
Right.
So my T levels stay high.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And that gives you more energy and
that gives me more energy, more focus.
Yeah.
Help me build muscle. It helped me stay lean, because at the end of the day, it promotes my metabolism, faster metabolism, and increase my fat burning potential. So my libido's through the roof. Sex drive's crazy. So, I mean, just the benefits alone is amazing. So, but you gotta think about it. Everything I just named, if you suffer from low T, you're the opposite.
You're the opposite, yeah.
So you don't have the drive.
Right.
You have women out here, and I'm gonna tell you, fellas, it's women out here, because I have a wife who we do a lot of consulting and counseling and talking to people. It's women out who have men who don't have sex with their wife. Be months, they begging for it, husband just don't have it. He just don't have the energy, or he don't have the drive no more. A lot of guys wish they still had it, but they just don't know what routes they can take to help them get back to that level. So it affects you in many ways, relationship wise, work wise, because you don't even have the focus and drive to want to get into work because you just don't have the energy and the focus to do it. So just getting your T levels and your hormones and your blood work done is just so important for your overall health. I just tell guys, go get checked.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the conditions that we deal with that we don't make it from is because we could have early detected it 3 years ago, but you ain't got blood work done or a checkup in 5 years.
Right.
Like, come on, brother.
Yeah.
We got to do better. So that's the key.
Yeah.
And in the day, even in testosterone, when we just talk about, oh, your balls shrink, your sperm count go down, understand when you have low testosterone, you're suffering from low sperm production anyway.
Yes.
So as you take a synthetic, your body would naturally not produce as much because you're taking it synthetically and it's getting it from somewhere else. But we offset that where they got compounds now. We take like DHEA, clomiphene, that keeps your natural production going as well as while you're taking the synthetic. So you can still be fertile. You can still, balls filled up, your testicles still filled up. You still get the natural effects as well as from the synthetic.
Yeah.
So that was back in the day. Now you don't have no issues. So you don't have to worry about not being able to have kids. You don't have to worry about saying
that was another
your
thing.
testicles shrink. No, you would take something called enclomiphene or DHEA at the same time. So you test boosts it naturally as well.
Right. Yeah.
So you're hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah.
So you know what it felt like if you was in your 20s. So the knowledge and that you had, all that we had, we could stay up to 3, 4 in the morning hanging out, have all these women doing all this crazy stuff and never ran out of energy. Imagine if you had that at 40.
Right.
With the mindset and the wisdom you have now, what you can accomplish.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm just telling brothers. Hey, man, think about if you had all that energy now.
Right.
What can you accomplish?
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. You'd be dangerous.
Yeah. So why, I know you big with family, like you said, family, faith. Why is family and faith so important to you?
Man, because I know God is the center of everything. And God drives the force. I mean, if you want to understand what do you need on this earth, man, just read that good book.
Yeah.
Because I know in there I've been covered by grace my whole life. A lot of things we accomplish, we don't deserve.
Right.
We fall short daily.
Right.
So to have God's grace, man, is just, you gotta know that your creator, man, you gotta give him all the things up front. But then at the end of the day, I also want the favor.
Yeah.
And there's certain things God gonna ask of me to receive the favor. And to me, that's being a guy who stay connected, being a good character, honor my family, have a wife, treat her right, do right. And to me, I feel like that gives me the favor. And I want to step into that. I get enough grace. I thank you, God, for the grace. Thank you for the sacrifice. But I need the favor. So in the day, to me, that is the key. And to me, you think about most successful men and just successful people and all, the foundation is always there. The family foundation is always there. The legacy, what do we leave? What are we doing this for? These companies I'm creating and I'm trying to build, it's not for me. I'm just the catalyst to propel it, but at the end of the day, it's to leave my kids and my daughters to have something to say, hey man, this is our company, I'm still running it. Or I want to sell it and make the money and go live my life. Whichever one you want to do, I just want to give you the opportunity to do it. So it's about that more than anything. So when I say building the wealth, it's building generational opportunity to where my kids can have something to say, hey, this is ours. I can work for the money, but it's something to own something that just feels different.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I know having a bag and I say I got these millions, but when you say, man, I own 50 clinics around America, I'm helping out thousands and thousands of people get better. Like, to me, that speaks volume than just saying I can go buy this Lamborghini or get this boat. That's I done done it, did it all. It don't give me no joy. I'm telling you, it makes life a little easier. You can enjoy life more, but I swear, at the end of the day, it's like anything else. It's gonna get old too. And now what's next? So you're always chasing the next high. But when you find yourself purposeful helping people, man, you always get pleasure from that. And when you're online and you see somebody help the homeless or some story that make you tear up, why does that do it? But when you see the guy driving a Lamborghini, he inspires you to do better and want to be better, but it don't bring that joy in your heart. It's just like, man, I want that.
That's true.
But when you see somebody do something for somebody that was in need or do something, man, it makes you tear up and it just give you that joy inside. So you see what it is to do for others, to love thy neighbor.
So I know you and your wife, you guys are always doing a lot of things together, right? I know you, like I said, you're a big family man. Do you think it's important for men to be connected? I mean, you got a lot of brothers out here single, probably doing their thing, especially in a city like Atlanta, right?
100%.
There's a lot of temptation out there. But I often feel that brothers who are in great relationships have a better chance of really succeeding, right, in life. I will, at least for me, I think it grounds you to the point where it really
you get the favor.
Yeah.
Because in the day, in order, a single man, you do what you want to do.
Yeah.
A married man, we do what we have to do.
Right.
It's a difference.
Yeah.
That's boy mentality. Any guy can do that. Any young man, 18, 19, can do what a single man does.
Right.
Boy, it take a different type of brother, and it take a different type of man to sacrifice every day, to die on the sword every day for your family.
Yeah.
Like, before you think of you got to think of them.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And it's ingrained in us. Like, you go to the grocery store, first thing you do is, baby, you need anything.
Yeah.
Before you already knew you're going in there for something you wanted, but you're going to call and make sure the family's good before you even think about treating yourself. So I think the sacrifice is what's important.
Yeah.
That you do what you have to do. Mm-hmm. It's not about you, it's about them.
Yeah.
And in the day, hopefully you get the same reciprocation from your wife.
Absolutely.
Because she's thinking about you before she's thinking about herself, and that's how you build a good relationship.
Yeah.
When you both go into it sacrificially, how can I outserve my spouse? Then you got yourself something.
Yeah. And it's a level of loyalty that you just can't explain. I've often told people, I've hung around brothers who are out there, even married, and they're out there.
Yeah.
And I feel that I can't trust a brother in business if he cheats.
I agree.
Right?
I agree, because one thing about it, your character.
It's his character, right? Yeah. Because if you don't have loyalty with the woman that you're sleeping with, what make you think you're gonna have loyalty to me?
He's not. He's not.
Right.
And it's not even loyalty to the one you sleep with. It's loyalty to the one who chooses to give her life for you.
Exactly.
Be there for you even if she don't have to.
Right.
You only gonna get one of those in your life.
Right.
So if you get a wife who's willing to deal with all your flaws, because you gotta think about it, everybody else only see the strengths. When y'all see me, y'all only gonna see the strengths.
Yes.
Y'all don't see my weaknesses, my insecurities.
Yeah.
She knows all of
that. That's
and
right.
she still stays.
Yeah.
And deal with it.
Yeah.
And say, hey, that's my husband. I'm still gonna honor and take care of him. So when you find somebody who know all your flaws, all your weaknesses, where you fall short at, and they still willing to stand beside you, and you not even gonna have the decency to honor that,
correct,
then you definitely gonna honor me.
Right.
I ain't got a chance in the world. You'll
right.
cut through. You'll slice me up in a minute. In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So in the day, I feel like that's where it's at. But when we start looking at it like that, like me, I feel like I wake up every day and thank God and thank my wife. Thank you for allowing me to be your husband.
Yeah.
Because in the day, it could have been anybody else you could have chosen to give your life to.
Yeah.
And I know I'm flawed in so many ways.
Yeah.
And you still give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
So it's the grace. So I look at it like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's so important for me to show that, and me and my wife to show that online, because there's so much negativity that you'll get caught up thinking marriage is only this way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's some marriages out here that's flourishing. There's some
Absolutely.
marriages out here looking good doing it. Not just married and saying we married, but we actually enjoy being married. Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I think now I have more influence than I ever did playing with younger men.
Yeah.
So I get young guys in their early 20s, teenagers like, Rod, fam, I appreciate what you're doing. Like, you inspire me to be great. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, because in there, I'm setting you up for your future and your legacy, and trying to keep you connected with God. Football just give you aspiration and want to say, I want to be great, play football because I want to have all these perks.
Yeah.
But this is actually lining you up to be a great man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. So what's the next stage for Rod Gardner over the next 5 to 10 years? I mean, you 48
46.
now. 46. So you
Don't
still
give me 2 more years. I'm 46.
You a young man. Boy, Lord have mercy.
Still trying to hang in there at 46. Yeah, so we hanging in there, man. And we try to stay young, doing to keep these grades away.
Right.
I see you don't let the grades show. I gave up on.
You try to fight it, it keep coming back.
Yeah.
So, but what's the plan for Rod Gardner? I know you got a lot of things with the I think it's
G-Shred.
but you also have a society. You just
G-Life Society.
G-Life
so me and my wife just launched that, and me and my wife just launched G-Life Society this month.
Yeah.
So it's just overall growth as a person and as a family. So we give the resources to help, because I know outside of us saying we want to grow spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically, a lot of us don't have the resources to know how.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us still got that bad credit, but we say we want to be financially free. But at first, we got to get your credit right.
Right.
So in G Life Society, we do it overall lifestyle. So we gonna give you the resources for credit. We're gonna have Tim on the call teaching y'all financing, and if y'all have your credit right and your money right, we can get you financing.
Right.
So we want to give you the approach from marriage tools. Like me, my tool belt's so big when it comes down to how to love my wife. I gotta get the knowledge out. I done learned about mistake and all the information I've learned on what tools to pull out in the right situation, the right seasons. I want to get that knowledge to my brothers, because too many of us are suffering in silence, and you only see the aftermath. Because you'll see a brother online, him and his wife look good, then the next thing you know they're getting a divorce, and you be like, man, where that come from?
Yeah, what happened?
But it's been a 3-4 year span, but y'all ain't putting it online. Y'all making it look good online, but y'all suffering in silence and don't have resources to reach out to. So G Life Society, we made it a safe place to where, as a brother, we can come in there and vent. So it just give us a safe place to where you can actually have a place where you can grow, understand, flourish financially for real, but more on a personal level.
Yeah, I think that's important.
So I think it's important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's gonna be we gonna grow it, and we gonna make this thing amazing. But you know, if I just tell you how to get that Lamborghini, I think everybody jump in. Oh, I got a Lamborghini, I'm gonna show you how to get this money. Everybody jump on that. But it's harder for men. Like women all in. But fellas, y'all need to understand, if you get the bag, how do you sustain it?
Absolutely.
If you get the bag, how you fight the temptation
that
comes with the bag.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you get the awareness and you get the notoriety and you get the attention that you didn't used to have,
Absolutely.
How do you deal with that?
Absolutely.
And a lot of us don't. We just want it, but
Yeah.
we don't want the tools, and we don't want to do necessary work to sustain it and not fall.
Yeah.
But most brothers fall.
Yeah.
You get that, now you're cheating on your wife.
Yes. Yeah.
Now you got suckered for whatever. Now this girl got you online talking about she done had a baby from you, she trying to take all your money.
Right.
Well, you wasn't ready for that.
Right.
So we try to keep us grounded to where in the day when we do achieve and accomplish whatever it is we're trying to achieve, we still ground our foundation to where we don't fall.
Absolutely.
And that's the key.
All right. Well, listen, Rod, man, it was a pleasure, man, having you on the show. Let me ask you, how can the folks, my bootstrappers, reach out to you? How can they stay connected?
Bootstrappers, man, it's easy on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Is Rod Gardner 87 is my tag. G Life Society, you 100% can reach out to us. We have glifesociety.com. Reach out, sign up, man. It's only a subscription of $1 right now, but it will be $29 next month. But it will be a great community you can join, because you see how just having the information and the resources and the people you connected to that can help prepare your life into a state of financial freedom or just having an overall healthy lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
Connect with us.
Yeah. Well, listen, brother, always a pleasure, man.
It's great.
We'll definitely have you back on the show where we can collaborate more. Because
100%.
Collaboration is the new currency.
Collaboration is 100%.
It's new currency, right? But listen, as we always say to end the show, you know the hashtag. What is the hashtag? Keep bootstrapping.
Keep bootstrapping.
Yeah. So as we end the show, thank you again, brother. Keep bootstrapping.
My God. Let's go. I love it.